Hi guys, welcome to another random video featuring ADHD and some other stuff that neurodivergence blesses us with. Um, I think one thing that I wanted to talk about today, and that's the reason I was contemplating whether I should make this video today or not, is because I don't really have anything like a layout or a script or anything for this video, but it's been something that's on my mind for the past few days, and I've realized that, like in my previous video, I spoke about manifestation with ADHD, right? And it got me thinking that I always felt that because of my ADHD, which of course I got diagnosed with fairly recently, this is something I've struggled with pretty much as long as I can remember. But I always felt that I cannot, for the life of me, stick to anything. I get burnt out, I get tired, I get disinterested so fast that I can't carry anything forward. And I always felt this that um, if I would have just stuck with that particular thing that I started, maybe by now I would have been successful. Maybe by now I would have been doing something worthwhile with it, but it's just not possible for me. And I was going over how many of these things that I've let go of just because I'm completely burnt out and I cannot stand another day doing these things. And I realized that there is actually something that I have stuck with for a very long time, and that is spirituality, that is manifestation. Even though I didn't 100% realize that this is what I'm doing, that these are things that I'm leaning towards, there was never a time, I think, at least in the last 10 to 12 years, when I have been tired of these things, when I have felt that this is not helping, this is not necessary. That hasn't happened. So that's pretty strange as to how spirituality and manifestation have sort of evaded my ADHD burnout somehow. But that's probably because these are the things that gave me something to hold on to when I felt like I was losing everything, right? It's like I don't know how to explain it or what to say, but I really wanted to talk about this, that I feel like holding on to a thought process that actually helps you stay afloat. Um, and the thing with spirituality and manifestation is that I think there was some sort of hope that whatever nonsense is going on around me, uh, this is this in some way will bring a solution to it, right? Uh, Manifestation. Well, I can manifest my way out of this. I can manifest better days. I can manifest whatever, a career or money. And somewhere along the way, I realized that, yeah, I do want to manifest some sort of a career, something that I can stick to. But at the back of my head, I always knew that I don't want to stick to anything. I don't want to have anything to hold on to for the rest of my life. I just am that kind of person. I get interested in things, I do them for a while, and then I want to explore something else. That's just it. Just because the world sort of pushes us into boxes, and with neurodivergence, you are an outlier anyway. It's not possible for you to strain yourself and drain yourself to just be what the world tells you to be. And I think that acceptance somewhere helped a little bit, not very much, of course, but yeah, those little realizations over the years, to just accept who you are. And the acceptance doesn't come all of a sudden and all together, right? It is in these little pockets of acceptance that, and sometimes they come out of sheer burnout, where you can't do something anymore and you realize, okay, I'm just not that kind of person who um, through with things, or I'm just not the kind of person who sees myself pursuing this particular thing. It's okay, let it be. You kind of convince yourself to let go. And I think while the world teaches you that that is a problem, you need to stick with things, you need to be a certain way, show results for things that you have done, um, show progress with things that you have done. For us, in our neurodivergence, it is not about that. It is really not about that. We couldn't care less, to be honest, but it is just the conditioning that has been, you know, uh, put onto us in our growing years. if you have gone to a traditional school like I have, you understand that this is the only way forward, right? This is how your brain has been taught to function. And so coming into the acceptance finally, many years later, that that's not something that is okay with me. I just am a person who does several different things and who likes several different things. I pick up interests, I pursue them for a while, I move on to something else. That in no way means that you're a failure. This is something that actually is great. It's a good thing. You experience so many different things, and it's also great to be able to pursue a singular path and find success in it, keep moving forward in it. But that doesn't mean the other side is wrong. It doesn't mean that you have to force yourself to do that when clearly your brain is not cooperating and is uncomfortable by this sort of singular path situation. So that's one thing. But I feel like I have had several lows in the last, especially 5 years, where, and I do get that thought from time to time, even now, recently, sitting down and thinking that, well, I'm so far behind that I don't think catching up is an option anymore for me. I need to just accept things the way they are now. And I wouldn't have thought, growing up, I thought that very early on I would find a lot of success. And I started off that way, down a career path where that would have been an option. But again, burnout happened, and I decided it's better to not go any further with this. Then several other things. There are several years where I wasn't able to do anything, and it it makes me wonder whether neurodivergence is actually helping me from going down paths that, I mean, helping me to not go down paths that are not suitable for me, or or is it just that I'm just meant to not do much, right? But in any case, I don't have that answer. And I have realized that it's not the opportunity that I'm waiting for. It is not um, the material things that I'm waiting for. Yes, I do want them, and I have manifested quite a few of them in my life. But at the end of the day, the internal world remains the same. You would think that once you get this, you'll change. Your days will look better, your mood will look better. Trust me, it's at least for me that didn't happen. And in fact, like, I feel like when you're manifesting something, that thing is still outside of your current 3D reality that you're experiencing, right? So it's still something that you're chasing. The moment it comes into your life, it becomes normal, right? It's just a part of your 3D reality. And then, because now there is normalcy again, and you were chasing something out of this world, this feeling that um, I'm just so extraordinarily happy, and that doesn't come because suddenly you're back to normal. Then you chase the next big thing. And in the process, you let go of so many little moments that are filled with the time and the peace to enjoy what you have manifested and enjoy things that actually do make you happy. You're just waiting like to go from one big win to the other big win, right? And I realized that the only thing I actually want is to have a day that is peaceful. I don't I don't necessarily care anymore whether I wanted to have moments where I'm so happy that I remember it for the rest of my life, and that's great. But what I want is, because this is something I've never had, to just wake up every morning and feel so blissful and comfortable and secure and peaceful. That's it. And nothing can shake it. And I don't accept any circumstances into my reality that have the potential to change it because I don't identify with them anymore. So, this is what I have been working on. Yes, there are several times in a day, and I go one day at a time now because my brain will push me so far into the future that I'm panicking about something that probably will happen 60 years later, but that's just me. And I've ruined today because of it. So my thing is right now just going day to day, right? I don't really care much for what's going to happen tomorrow, even just today. Today needs to be a good day. And yes, the occasional rubbish thought will cross my mind and try to ruin my day, but I'm sort of working on like pushing that out. And even if it ruins my mood for a little while, it's not a big deal. I will do something to, bring myself back to feeling normal, not irritated, not worried. things like that. So I don't know, honestly, if you would have asked me last year, um, that if you would have shown me myself the way I am today, you would have shown me the last year version of me, I don't think I would have believed that I had um, uh, sort of learned so much and changed my thought process so much. I think I would have just been like, that doesn't happen. But it did happen. And it happened because there was a lot of patience and a lot of course, there were days when I would break down crying because I was so sure that something good is going to happen and nothing would happen. And then every day was just so mundane that it irritated me. And then I finally got out of it. I realized that what I actually want is peace, and I'm being offered that every day. Yet I'm chasing something that is extraordinary in my day. And what I need to understand is that when you have peace and you have joy, you need to have it in the mundane and in the extraordinary. So it's not really very different, right? We're not treating opportunities or wins as something out of the ordinary. It's just something that happens to you, as something that you expect, something that is just woven into the fabric of your reality. It doesn't come from anywhere else. It is just you commanding the universe that I would like this to happen today, and I'm ready to experience it because I know how it feels. I feel like that on a daily basis. I just want to experience this other sort of situation right now, which is no different than what I feel every day, the comfort and the security and the joy. To just enjoy it when it comes, not worry about, oh my God, when is the other shoe going to drop? When is something going to go wrong because something good has happened? That is actually how I've lived most of my life. That is how I've lived it. And it was so tiring. And because it was so normal to me, I never realized that that's what I'm doing. I'm literally panicking every day and wondering, and I thought joy is not a thing. Like it's just those fleeting empty moments between trouble and problems, right? So you're going to relax today, or you're having a quiet day today. That's great, thank God, because I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And that is so draining. It's the most draining thing you can ever experience. Just putting yourself in situations over and over again to feel drained and feel tired and feel negative and irritated and angry. And it took me so many years to just realize that it doesn't have to be that way. Your whole reality is just the way you perceive it. And I was perceiving it from a very negative lens. And I was also struggling with mental health issues that I did not know I had. And it was all a mess. And if you ask me, do you want to go back to your childhood and do things differently? I would definitely say no. I don't want to go back there. I think I'm happy with the progress I've made. I'm happy with the way things sort of are moving and unfolding, and I'm happy to see, excited to see what it turns into. Yes, there are certain days when I want to do some things differently in my childhood, but that would be me doing it differently. There were a lot of other factors involved in the fact that I wasn't very happy at the time, so I can't change that. I can't change other people's behavior. I can only change my own, but I think that's the phase of my life that I've been through, and I've done as well as I could. And now I'm excited to do more, to move forward, and not ruin what I have today. It's it's so easy to say, but it's such a struggle, but it's worth it. And I feel like so many of us fight these silent battles just because we don't even realize that, something is going on within us. We don't have the time, or it's so normal to us to have this sort of storm brewing inside all the time that even peace to us is backed, has the shadow of some sort of chaos, right? So you're constantly, even when you're relaxing, it's like I relax only for this much, this amount of time. After that, back to reality. That shadow that follows you around, of things that are heavy, of things that you don't need to be carrying around anymore. I feel like that's what I'm working on. I don't want that anymore. I just want to be free. I want to enjoy life without that shadow of my past following me around, or the shadow of this neurodivergence that I have never really acknowledged. Uh, and when you acknowledge the fact that it's not your fault for the way things looked and seemed and turned out, um, you realize that life could have been a lot easier if you just allowed yourself the mercy and the grace to um, like just perceive things in your own way and not bother about whether you fall within the correct lines of society or not, or you're doing something differently. This whole thing of success and failure is just too much, especially for neurodivergence, because you want to do things properly, but you physically can't sometimes, you mentally can't, and then it's a whole struggle of just feeling like I'm never going to amount to anything, which it doesn't matter at the end of the day. It really doesn't. Everyone's just doing their own thing, and you do you, and you find your peace and your happiness and your success, but on your own terms. And it might take longer, it might be sooner than everybody else. In any case, you cannot go as per everybody else's timelines, the timelines of the majority of the people. You cannot go by those timelines. So allow yourself some grace, I suppose. Um, and take things one day at a time. It might not seem easy because you're going to think about tomorrow, what needs to be done tomorrow. All right. But when your brain is not panicking, you will figure out tomorrow, just like you will figure out today. You don't have to have everything, like every little situation written down. Yes, you can have a routine. That is great. I do that too. But trying to foresee obstacles that may come up tomorrow and trying to solve them mentally right now. You're already tired today for tomorrow. So, what energy do you have for tomorrow and then for day after? So, allow things to be, go one day at a time, and you'll realize that even when things do come up, I'm not exhausted from thinking about this so much, so I can deal with it right now. This is just from personal experience. I'm not a doctor, but this is just the way things are. And I feel like if maybe I would have watched things and understood things, um, would have been so easily available to me growing up, I would have figured out a lot of things earlier, but that didn't happen. And so now I do have it. Now I have so much help. People are so kind to put out these videos and, educate other people and be supportive of other people. And that's the reason I feel like I wanted to start this channel. I don't always know what I'm going to talk about, but then I realized that if I want to be perfect and I want to have a script, I will never record anything. I will never do anything, and then mm, nothing's going to happen. So I just put on my camera on my phone and just start recording and see where it goes. So I hope you found anything useful in this and it can help make your day better either now or later or whenever. And thank you for being here, and good luck. Love you. Bye.